Hey everyone, I'm Ryan, you're watching 60 Cycle Hum, and in this video I'm going to recap everything I've been doing with my Harley Benton MS-60 project. I got this guitar brand new, I want to say a year and a half ago, something like that, and right off the bat I wasn't super happy with it. I didn't like the pickguard, kind of this cheesy perloid that I don't really like. I didn't think it looked good on that cream either. I don't know, some people like perloid, but whatever. I didn't like the pickups that came in it. They were really bright and really thin, which is weird because I'm a surf rock guy. I should have liked bright and thin, but they just weren't doing it for me. So I started experimenting. Someone challenged me to cut a pickguard by hand without power tools, which resulted in this thing, this hand-cut cafeteria tray chunk with a Fender wide range in it. I didn't like the sound of this. It wasn't doing it for me. So this guitar went by the wayside, kind of just out of sight, out of mind. Then started taking it apart. I did a relicking thing with the body where I shook it around in a Rubbermaid bin with a bunch of keys and scrap metal and stuff like that, and got this nice hashtag natural poly relic on here, which I'm actually pretty proud of. I like all the little dings and hair cracks and big cracks along the finish in the front and the back. And then the body's just been sitting around. I haven't been doing anything with it. I finally got a wild hair to work on a project. Mostly I'm just motivated to get guitars out of here. So I was thinking like, oh, if I fix this up, maybe I'll give it away or I'll have a reason to get rid of it. And now that I've done stuff with it, now I'm feeling like I'm gonna keep it around for a while. So anyways, what did I do? I cut a new pickguard out of the leftovers of that cafeteria tray scrap. I didn't try to make any sort of plan to make it look any sort of way. I kind of just laid it out there. I drilled in and cut out the hole for the pickup, and then I positioned it and trimmed it up a little bit so it would fit. There wasn't any big design criteria going on for this pickguard shape. It really is just pretty random. I also painted on this speed stripe here. I'm pretty proud of it. It's already got a bit of relic going on itself. I just sprayed rattle can neon paint onto this without any prep, without any finishing over it. There's no clear coat over it, so it's already starting to chip up and relic in a fun way. The neon on the cream with the black pickguard is really giving me this whole like 1980s surfboard vibe, like a Town and Country Hawaii surfboard, or like a Gordon Smith, or even like a Gotcha surfboard or something. All those brands from the 80s that were making surfboards with neon paint jobs and stuff. I'm really picking up that vibe from this guitar. I could even put a Town and Country sticker on here somewhere and it would make a lot of sense. Other changes I made, let's talk about the pickup. This pickup is a GFS hot rail that I had in a Strat a decade or so ago when I was in a punk rock band. I had this thing sandwiched in between a bridge and a middle pickup. So I had a 4 pickup guitar with a toggle that would let me go between a regular Strat setup and this hot rail. And it was pretty fun, but I don't think I really spent a lot of time caring about the tone of it because it was just more about slamming a PV Classic 50 with as much gain as I could. It's a relatively hot pickup at 12K. Installing it here the past couple of days, I decided to put a coil cut on it, which is a bunch of fun. That's that little switch right here. And it takes it from 12K down to 6K, obviously, because it cuts it in half. I had a little bit of trouble figuring out what I was doing because it's been a long time since I wired a coil cut. And I was doing it all wrong. I was splitting the red and the white wire and thinking that's how you do a coil cut. You connect the red and white wire together, or you leave them connected, and you put them on a switch in between the ground of the guitar. That's how you do it. I had to hit up Sean over at Gun Street Wiring Shop to remember how to do that. So anyways, let's see what it sounds like. Oh, another thing that I changed. I mean, I'm just on a journey with this guitar. In the last incarnation of it, I had a Mustang bridge on here, which was fun. It gave it more of an offsetty kind of vibe and twang, but the string spacing was wrong and it pushed the high and low E strings too far to the edge of the fretboard for my taste. So I went back to the stock Tune-o-matic on here. It's not quite as tuning stable, believe it or not, as the Mustang was, but I really shouldn't be hitting that bar too much on this guitar anyways, because it needs to have the nut addressed and it needs new tuners. I mean, this is one of Harley Benton's cheapest guitars, the MS-60. And so I think there's a little bit of a hardware kind of upgrade needed to happen with those guitars when you're buying a $115, sometimes sub $100 guitar. But I gotta say, it's been a fun project starter. I've been on a journey with this thing. It's kept me from ravishing other guitars with my bad decisions around here. So thanks for taking one for the team, Harley Benton MS-60. All right, let's see what it sounds like. I'm gonna turn off my reverb and my drive down here. Here it is on the humbucker setting. I think that pickup sounds pretty good. I'm used to Hot Rails sounding pretty bright and crispy and kind of over the top. This one sounds nice and balanced to me. No idea if GFS still makes this model pickup. If they do, I'll try to find the link to it. Let's throw a little bit of dirt on there. Go for full distortion. That was a weird note. Sounds great with distortion. It's a little anemic clean. I don't mean anemic, it doesn't have a lot of character as a humbucker clean. It sounded fine with a little bit of light gain. But with that distortion, I thought it sounded pretty dang great. Let's check out that single coil sound now. Here's the humbucker. Single coil. Immediately gets kind of chimey and twangy. Back to humbucker. Single coil. Let's do something surfy with it. A little bit of drive, a lot of reverb. It's kind of what I opened up with. I mean, it gives me those sounds. This thing is kind of an amalgam of my various guitar personalities now. It's got the punk rock thing with that humbucker in that weird position. It's got a single coil sound for surfy stuff. It has an offset tremolo on here. It's just kind of me now. And I'm feeling a little bit upset that I made a guitar that I don't want to sell anymore, because I do want to make room around here for more stuff, or just to have less stuff, be more minimalist, I guess. But anyways, I'm having fun with this thing now. I think it sounds great. I think it looks cool in a really scrappy, kind of like post-apocalyptic sort of way, like a post-apocalyptic surfboard wasteland, kind of like a surf Nazis must die sort of theme. I'm excited to see this neon racing stripe kind of age and relic with use. I mean, it's already deteriorating after a week of being on here, so it's just gonna fade into nothing eventually, and then maybe I'll paint it again. I don't know. This guitar is for fun. This guitar is for me to have fun, mess around with stuff without worrying about decreasing the value of something, because it's already only worth $100 or whatever out of the gate. So, I mean, I think that's my pitch for having fun, having projects. Get yourself a cheap guitar and do dumb stuff to it, guys. And if it starts to suck, take it apart and start over. You gotta tenderize these things. You gotta have a lot of extra screw holes and stuff and gaps in the pickguard and paint that's flaking off. It's fun. This is fun, right? All right, thanks for watching, everyone. I'm gonna play out with some sort of crazy heavy fuzz and stay grounded. Bye, everybody.